Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the In Full Swing channel with Conor McGilligan. Hope you're all doing fantastically well. I know there are a fair few of you live and in here. Conor, you're late. Listen, it's been a mad morning. Guys, I'm still doing my dissertation. I've still got loads to do in my dissertation. Honestly, it's been an absolute nightmare. I apologise for getting this out late. I'm wearing a hat once again. If you don't like the hat, well, that is that, isn't it? It's on my head. Bad hair day. I apologise, but energy, enthusiasm is here for your rumour mill. Another episode, I think it's number 10 now, 10 on the bounce of the rumour mill. I hope you're liking it. If you are liking it, slap a like on it. If you are not subscribed, there are 65% of you not subscribed to the In Full Swing channel with Conor McGilligan. What are you doing? Slap that subscribe button and you will be notified when our competition goes live on Sunday, where you can win hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds. I'm not sharing it on the socials. It is all going on the In Full Swing channel with Conor McGilligan. So you have to be subscribed to be in with the chance to win this interactive prize with Leeds United and a shed load of money. I was going to say the other word then, but I didn't. Hello, everybody. Adam Pritchard, how you doing? Joe Matthews, the hat is back. It is. Adam, how you doing? Hi, Sam. Hope you're okay. Rudy, woo. Rhiannon, hello. Nicola, how are you, mate? Yes, I'm good, buddy. Thank you so much. There's 255 of you watching. What are you doing? Watching this mug in a hat, delivering you some transfer news. Who knows? But as I say, guys, make sure you're doing all those things. Make sure you subscribe, yada, 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 yada. Now, listen, it's been a bit of chaos in Conor's life today. So it's going to be bit part. I'm going to try my absolute best. And there's not that many rumours. Let's be right. There's not that much going on. So the rumour mill is slightly suffering. But we're going to try to do our best. You've got to bear with me. I'm going to stay with you. I'm going to try get a few player profiles up. We've got a few players to touch on today. Obviously, a little bit on Bielsa, a little bit on Ollie Watkins once again. Let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so before we get into the video as well, I nearly forgot to say it, sorry. We are sponsored by Ship. That is Ship Bikes USA, and they do customized, they do tailored bikes, obviously motorbikes, not just your push bikes. So get in the comment section below. It's all tailored to your needs. Wonderful stuff down there. I'm really impressed with some of the stuff that they've got going on at Ship Bikes USA. This is an example here. We've got this, as I said yesterday. This is my favorite one. I would love to have one of these one day. So the link is in the description below. Make sure you go have a check out, and let's get on to your transfer news. So the first rumour coming out of Ellen Road today, and for me, this is something that is going to be happening. This is Juan Foyth. Leeds negotiating a bid for Juan Foyth. Do I think this is going to happen? I do. I can't get round it. I really think that this is going to happen. The reason being, obviously, because Juan Foyth has been linked to Leeds numerous times. Not only that, he's an Argentinian. He's played under Pochettino. And what do you guys think about that? Do you think it's going to be a shrewd signing? Obviously, I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter. If you don't, please go follow me on Twitter in Full Swing. But I've voiced my concerns with it. I really have. The reason behind that is because, I've seen him play against Wolves in particular, and there was a few mistakes. There was a fair few mistakes against when Tottenham played Wolves. But once again, we've seen this with many people before. We've seen this with many people coming to Leeds United, and it is one of those where you've got to take it with a pinch of salt. Bielsa is naturally going to be improving players, isn't he? He's naturally going to be improving the likes of Juan Foyth. So have we got to give him the benefit of the doubt? Please get it in the comment section below what you guys are thinking about that. I don't know if you can cut it in the Prem. Good choice. Juan Foyth, Argentine. Is he Prem material? Dean Knox saying something's going on, holding the kit back. Charlie Allen, Joe Gelhard, and obviously, you're looking at someone like Juan Foyth. Will Bielsa make him better? It is one of those things where there are a lot of people touting and saying that he's going to be going for that amount of money. So he's going to be going for 15 million. Finlay saying 2 centre-backs needed. I think that's got to be, hasn't it? But Leeds are interested in Tottenham's centre-back Juan Foyth, and in Benfica's midfielder Florentino. Also, AC Milan want him. We've touched on that before, guys, haven't we? We've touched on the fact that is a bit of a twaddle, I think, to be honest, with Benfica's Luis. But Juan Foyth, now, it's an interesting signing because I love his passing ability. I love his forward-thinking play. Has it caught him out before? Yeah, of course it has. He was playing under Pochettino, who's a massive, massive fan, by the way. And it's one of those where, Yeah, don't get me wrong. Okay, he had a bit of a tricky debut season. He was only young, but he's played against the likes of Bayern Munich. He's played against the likes of Wolverhampton, Everton, a few top clubs as well. I think Norwich was his latest one. What I'm trying to say there is he's played at the top level against decent attacking outfits. Especially when you're looking at a team like Bayern Munich, Wolverhampton Wanderers as well, with Jimenez, Adama Traore, Hotter up front as well. Naturally you're probably going to make mistakes against players like that, especially if you're thrown in there by Mauricio Pochettino, but it is obvious that Pochettino did prefer Alderweireld and Vertonghen as a partnership. So that's really interesting. There's something to keep our eyes on. Obviously, Leeds are wanting two centre-backs. Would you be happy with Foyth? Would you be happy with Ben White as sort of a partnership? Looking at probably about, for me, maybe like a combined of like 40, 45 million for them both, potentially a little bit more. We'll have to wait and see. But, is that going to be something that you guys are interested in? Get it in the comment section below, because Leeds really could. I mean, we could get a little bit of a steal there. We could get a little bit of a steal there. Leeds have been tracking him now for a while, and we know that from last season. We've seen here former Tottenham striker Darren Bent told Football Insider, "I think it's the case of wrong place, wrong time." Now, just keep that in mind. Wrong place, wrong time. How many times have we heard that with Marcelo Bielsa and Leeds United, creating an ethos, creating values, creating a team, creating a unit, and wrong place, wrong time for that player who's been at whatever club he's been at, and Marcelo Bielsa has turned water into wine by making him a better player, been part of the unit. So just keep bearing in mind that Darren Bent, wrong place, wrong time. So clearly marks his quality extremely high, but wrong place, wrong time. He came to Spurs at a time where, to be fair, Vertonghen and Alderweireld were playing very well together, fantastically well defensively, so he was never going to get in there. At right back, they had Kieran Trippier. He was playing an international, playing really well for England and for Spurs, so he had to slot in when people weren't really playing. For himself, he's probably thinking it's for the best. Mourinho would probably agree with him. Go somewhere else, start again, and rebuild. Now, that is... It's a big compliment, isn't it? The fact that Darren Bent is basically touting him and saying that he's a great player. He just needs a little bit of time. He needs a little bit of time to step in somewhere. Getting in your first Premier League performance straight away against, some of the top clubs in the division, it's obviously going to be difficult. We saw that with Helder Kloster last year. We've seen him struggle to really break in that Wolverhampton Wanderers outfit, when they had the likes of Hotter on one side. It was sort of in his position there. And obviously Adama Traore, who seems to be the big impact player there. So, what I'm trying to say is, could Leeds be the perfect fit for Juan Foyth, even if he is a replacement centre-back? Now, let's go on to a little bit of a player profile, something that I've been trying to do for you guys. Now, as you can see here, this is when he's playing for Argentina against Colombia. Now, what I really like about Juan Foyth is his ability one-on-one. One-on-one, he's an excellent player. We can all see that right here when he's facing one up against, I believe it's Muriel, and he's a naturally gifted player at one-on-one combat, if you will. You see that with Wan-Bissaka. Apologise to many for mentioning a Manchester United name on this podcast, on this channel, sorry. But, that is naturally where he's quite gifted. He's gifted at one-on-one. He's gifted at being able to look at the man, mark him up and see exactly where he's going to be coming at him. And that is one of the strengths of Juan Foyth and what attracted Tottenham to him. It was his one-on-one defending, as you can see here, he's won the ball off Muriel, getting the ball, looking forward straight away. The one-on-one defending has worked, and now he's looking for the next pass. Once again, another demonstration here. The one-on-one defending, when a player's running at him, Juan Foyth backs himself. He's a quick player, and that enables players to have that recovery time. If you're quick, naturally, you've got that ability to play a high line as a football team. Sheffield United, that high line as a football team. Leeds United, that high line as a football team last year. You saw that with Ben White in the fold. The reason behind Leeds is high press, and the reason we had the defensive line pressing so high up is because the recovery rate is so good with regards to pace and pragmatism, getting back, and the effectiveness and accuracy of Leeds recovering the ball high up and in a low block when it comes to defending. So this is a little bit of another part of his game. This is when obviously he's made the tackle there in the box. It looks like a bit of a crunch of that, doesn't it? But what I love about Juan Foyth is his then ability to transition that into attacking movement, which has been it's been something we've seen from him for a number of years now for the Argentinian outfit, and when he's been playing in the Tottenham setup as well. He gets caught out because he's been trying to play out, and as you can see here, winning the ball straight away. What's his first thought? I'm going to ping that ball. I'm going to see who I can hit straight away. Would that work with like a Patrick Bamford, potentially an Ollie Watkins if we do get him? Of course it would. Naturally gets the ball, doesn't look to pass to that midfielder. He's always looking to hit that attacking transition, to hit that final third and get get his team on the attacking front here. As you can see, once again, for the Argentinian national team. Obviously, guys, bear that in mind as well. The Argentinian national team. He's getting the ball here. Look at his positioning. And we have to naturally compare him to Ben White. Of course we do, because Ben White was our effective centre-back. But obviously, he's marauding into the central part of the field here, and he's looking for the pass forward, which is exactly what we need as Leeds United, don't we? We are naturally, we need the defenders to be coming forward and being able to make those critical passes, and that's exactly what Juan Foyth does. He might have got caught out, as I've said, but naturally, this is what he does. As you can see here, once again, for his parent club, before Tottenham, getting the ball, looking forward, progressing up the field and seeing what he can do. And that is the difference between the top centre-backs and the average centre-backs. And obviously, he's not worked under Marcelo Bielsa yet. So can we see something really good from Juan Foyth there? It's really natural how he's able to do that. And it's something that definitely Leeds will be looking at. So we'll have to just wait and see on that one. Obviously, this is, once again, when he's coming forward again here, this is him. This is Ben White 101, isn't it? And we keep talking about Ben White, of course we do, because it's not dead in the water at all, but it's one of those where he's naturally doing what he does. And in this instance, I had to Photoshop it, I had to screenshot it, but he actually took on 3 attackers to then get into this fold, and he ran forward to the penalty box, made the pass, did a 1-2 and finished it very, very nicely. So it is one of those where that's what we saw with Ben White all season, really, wasn't it? So it could be a potential exciting signing. We're all looking at it and thinking, but there've been plenty of signings for Leeds where we've made that signing where we thought, oh God, I'm not 100% sure about that. But maybe this could be one where Leeds United get a really, really good snippet for a signing. Here, once again, for the Argentinian national team, I believe he's got Messi in that lineup as well somewhere. Obviously, we talked Chile 2017, so this could have been one of his under-21 games. I presume it would have been. But, we look here, once again, getting the ball on the halfway line, looking at the turn. And yeah, he doesn't look like a bad player. He really doesn't. And sorry, guys, I'm just Dean Reese again. Bournemouth scammed City of 40 million for Nathan Ake. Once again, Nathan Ake, the reason behind him being able to do that, mate, is because you look at how he applies that press. How he applies that press, he does it exceedingly well. So it's a wonderful part of attacking coaches' ethoses to be able to get players in who can do that. And Nathan Ake does that really well. Just going through some of your super chats now, guys. Let's have a look. Lou, thank you, Lou. Loving the daily content. £5. Thank you so much, my friend. Dean Reese again back with another £2. I just read Dean's comment out there. Loving the content, mate. Thank you, ML Collins 97. So yeah, we'll have to just wait and see, guys. But that one is going to be a real interesting one for me. Obviously, we're going to move on a little bit here to Batshuayi. Now, a lot of people have been talking about Batshuayi and how you prefer Watkins, but I found this quite interesting. I found this online. So Batshuayi behind, and this is what a lot of Leeds fans are saying, a recently relegated Troy Deeney, because a lot of Leeds fans are saying Troy Deeney, Shea Adams, who scored 4 goals in 30 games, Josh King, the exact same sort of goal ratio, and Watkins, unproven in the Premier League, but could step up with the right coach. Just to highlight Batshuayi's record, Standard Liège, 39 goals in 97 games, Marseille, 26 in 62. Chelsea, given, quite poor, 8 in 48. But his loan spells, you look at that time at Chelsea, his loan spells. We're all talking about loan to buy in yesterday's stream. If you haven't, please go check that out. We did player profiles on Batshuayi. Loan spells, Dortmund, 7 goals in 10. Valencia, 1 goal in 15. Not ideal. But then you look at Palace's most recent one, 5 goals in 11 and 16 in 29 for the Belgian national team, it's one of those where it's a little bit, once again, of Batshuayi not finding his home, not finding that appropriate place to come to play football, to bed himself in. He's not really had that consistency. He's not had that faith from a coach. And he's a Premier League footballer. You could argue he's a Champions League footballer. He really is. How combative and how brilliant and how goal scoring free he was at Marseille. But keep an eye on that one, because there potentially could be movements there. Now, our next one has been Christian Norgaard from Brentford. Wants competition back up for Phillips, and he is a main target. This is something I saw from a journalist online. Once again, guys, this is called the rumour mill. It's not the fact mill. It's not the foundation mill. It's not the correct mill. Rumours, they can go west, they can go east, they can go south, they can go north. That is just the factor of the rumours. You know, that is just life. You know, we go through this every summer, every January. People, please don't get upset if these aren't solidified. These are just rumours, and I like to try highlight how they would fit into the Leeds United side. So this is a little build-up of Christian Norgaard here. As you can see here, you've got Jensen and De Silva in that midfield three. What he loves to do, Norgaard, and what he's extremely good at is just sitting, like Calvin Phillips, in that role, just in front of the defence. And I tell you what, aside from Calvin Phillips, this guy is the real deal. You know, a lot of people are talking about Romain Sawyers. For me, he's not on Norgaard's level. I think Norgaard is a wonderful player. And we're talking about Watkins. We're talking about Ben Rama. I mean, could this be a signing that we could go for, you know, Norgaard, and then you've got potentially someone in Eze as well. Eze, sorry, who's going further forward, but someone in Rico Henry, Ben Rama, and Watkins. Sorry, and this is one of those where we've got to keep an eye on it, because this is something where Leeds could use that as a backup for Calvin Phillips. We could also naturally change into a double pivot. You know, you have to wait and see with that, but a double pivot could be something that Leeds go to, being more defensively astute in the top division. Josh Johnston with a £1 donation. Josh, thank you so much. Hope you're having a great day, mate. Let's have a look at what some of you guys are saying. We've got another £5 from Dean. Thank you, Dean. Don't you think 100 mil for Sancho to United is a bit silly, considering United don't need him? Dean, I appreciate your donations, my friend, but there's only one United on this channel, and I don't think we're interested in him. No, but it's ludicrous, that deal, mate. I don't think that Sancho, you know, is he that good? You know, maybe that's just my personal opinion. You know, if you look at someone like Hudson-Odoi, I probably think he's as good. It's just the fact that Sancho's been out in Germany, that his price tag's gone through the roof. But let's get back on the Leeds content. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see with Norgaard. But if you just look at his positioning here as well, what he loves to do is get the ball into the centre forwards and the attackers pretty quickly. As you can see, Ben Rama's highlighted there. And what Norgaard naturally likes to do is break the lines, which you don't get with a lot of defensive players. You know, I used to love watching Busquets, because that's what he used to do all the time. He loved breaking the lines. And when you break the lines naturally, it gives your team a lot more going forward. So that's a fantastic asset of Christian Norgaard's game, the ability to break down the lines. And this is where, as well, Brentford, he's a bit of an unsung hero, because he gets a lot of the balls right into the front three, into that front four if Emilio Marcondes is on the pitch as well. And that's how Brentford advance. You've got to have that deep line playmaker who can break the lines. So that is it's one of those things where you've got to bear in mind. And would you be happy with Christian Norgaard, guys? Get it in the comment section below. If you would, if you wouldn't, get it in the comment section below. Also, would you be interested in Rico Henry as well? That's something I'd like to get to you guys. Rico Henry is someone who I've seen Leeds been rumoured in. But as you can see here as well, getting the ball once again in that deep line pivot position with Josh De Silva just behind him, and playing that ball straight into the wide zones, playing that ball straight in to Ollie Watkins, as you can see, just waiting for Norgaard to use his magic. And here, from this position, Brentford got on the attack against Sheffield Wednesday, and they nearly scored from this counter-attack. What he does as well, as you can see, just that sort of yellow mark there, Norgaard will maraud forward, and we see this with Calvin Phillips as well. Naturally, Phillips just lies in that pivot as well, but he can come forward with the ball. You know, we've seen him score goals, but Norgaard, I think, naturally comes forward a little bit more. And what that does is it's beneficiary to the attacking player. As you can see there, I believe it's Marcondes running into that wing, and you've got an attacker there coming back and marking Norgaard, because Norgaard is essentially coming forward, and the midfield haven't completely marked him up there. They've all got their men, and Norgaard spurting forward with his technical ability and looking to get Brentford on the attack. As you can see here, this was a standout performance for me. This was one that I was really impressed at. You know, we saw Phillips play against Eze, and for me, I don't know if you guys agree, but this was a really tough game for Calvin Phillips. I think Calvin Phillips has actually come out as well and said that this was his toughest game. He said that Ajaria and Eze were his toughest opponents, really. I believe he said that a couple of times this season. Now Norgaard completely nullified Eze. You know, he was really struggling at Brentford to get his momentum going, and this isn't a one-up from Norgaard and Phillips, because I think Phillips is still the better player, but it would be really interesting, because Norgaard's ready-made for the Premier League. We've seen yesterday when we've been linked to players like, all these centre midfielders we've been linked to. I mean, go watch the previous videos and you'll see all the player profiles on them. but all the centre midfielders who've been linked to Leeds could be looking to strengthen in that position. We were speaking about a left back the other day and thinking, why are we interested in a left back? Why do we need a left back? We've got 4 players in that left back role, but Leeds clearly want that next level quality. And is that something we are going to be looking at with Christian Norgaard? That's something to definitely put in there. Let's have a look at what some of you guys are saying. Sam, we need to strengthen in a few departments. I would agree with you there, Sam. Ollie Graham there, really impressed by Norgaard at Brentford. I also am very, very impressed by him. Ben Ireland, Leeds United, most of the rumours are joke rumours. Yeah, I mean, I guess so, Ben. Some of them have foundation, some of them don't, but that's why you're here, isn't it? It is the rumour mill, of course. But this is an interesting snippet that I wanted to get as well. This was from The Athletic that we got. It's Bielsa is not keen on numerous changes, 4 or 5 first-team signings at most. And Orta says one of the keys next season is not to try avoid beating ourselves by watering down the principles that have made the current side so effective. Now, when I release the Sheffield United, how Leeds will not get relegated, the Sheffield United element on Saturday, you guys will see exactly what my guest is talking about when he talks about not changing that core, that spine, that leadership that has got you to the top division. Your Dallas, your Coopers, your Calvin Phillipses, across the board. We've got players who have got us to that place, with like John Egan, O'Connell, Basham, who've been there through the thick and thin of it, really, at Sheffield United. We need to keep that same nucleus. And I completely agree with Victor Orta. I completely agree probably with what Radrazani is saying as well. You cannot water down. You cannot completely strip that core out, because that's where the heart is. That's where the heart of Lions are, that you need, in the gutters, in the trenches when we need them to step up. So I don't think you can do the same either. Let's see what else was said. This transfer window is like no others. Coronavirus affected, financially uncertain, and offering just over a month for clubs to do business before the season starts. Among the priorities, a permanent deal for White, the most accomplished centre-back Leeds have signed in years, and so many are calling a future England international. He is Brighton and Hove Albion's player, though there has been no movement on that front since this year's long loan ended this month. Brighton say they want to keep him. Leeds are admirers of Saeed Benrahma, and while Brentford's loss to Fulham in the Championship final is likely to hasten the forwards' exit, there will be not only one club interested. Now, we knew all of this, didn't we? This is nothing to add to the rumour mill. We all knew that Ben White's... I didn't know that there's not been any movement, really, from the Ben White deal, so that was quite interesting to see. But whether or not we're going to be able to secure his services, obviously, he's talking there about not stripping out the squad. I completely agree with that. I don't think you can strip out the nucleus, as I've mentioned numerous times on this. But it is one of those where we've got to sprinkle it with quality. We have to add... We've got to add, and I think the board will 100% know that. It's one of those things where Leeds have just got to capitalise. I think Villa, we saw from John Percy this morning, the journalist who normally gets a lot of things right, that Villa have made Ollie Watkins their number one priority and are keeping close tabs on Benrahma, and that'll just be illustrated here. The Athletic piece from Aston Villa states they had a deal to sign Watkins for 10 million last season, ready to go, but decided against. He is their number one target this summer. Benrahma a target, but not seen as vital as Watkins, but they will probably get 1 or 2. So we'll have to wait and see. Greetings from Romania. Connor can get a better TV now. Greetings from Romania. I've just seen that. Let me just have a look. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to do your mill, obviously, with obviously these amazing donations in. Greetings from Romania again. Love the channel. Great content. Here's £100 to aid you going forward. Listen, Bernard, thank you so much. Means the world. Genuinely. Honestly, it makes me emotional. Thank you so much for that. It really makes everything worth it. Everything I'm trying to do. You're going to see some more things soon as well. I've got a lot planned, a lot of money invested, and you're going to see it here, there, bloody everywhere in the video. So thank you. As well, we've got Dean back again. Congrats to Pablo Hernandez, who's been named the PFA Fans Player of the Month. Thank you so much. And yeah, let's get back on it again. Sorry, guys, I'm just going absolutely full hammer through this. But as I said, the interesting point is here. We're hoping that we're going to be working toward the Premier League season with him, which is Ben White, because we're planning a really good project there. Sources close to Bielsa are equally confident that a deal will be announced before his players resume training at Thorpe Arch on Wednesday. I apologise, that was not to do with Ben White. That is Bielsa. So Bielsa, it looks like he's going to be signing a contract for Leeds. We've seen that when he's been at Goodison. We've seen that. We know exactly what's going on. He's still in Weatherby. So I think a contract is going to be signed, and clearly Leeds are making movements. And as you can see here, Victor Orta at Manchester Airport. What's he got there? Has he got a pint? I think he's got a pint of water. But there you go. He's at Manchester Airport. And apparently the individual who took the photo of Victor Orta said this: I had a flight to catch. He was sat down with two other people. One looked like an early 20s lad and the other was an older guy. Now, this is ITK 101. This could be nothing. Victor Orta could be with some family members. Of course he could. But it is one of those things where it's it's just how it is, isn't it? Like, he could be seeing someone, he could be doing anything for the cause there. So we'll have to wait and see. But it could be a player rumoured. Obviously, we know Charlie Allen's coming, or he's coming in. Joe Gelhardt as well. That apparently is one that is going to be a permanent feature. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. Let's have a look at what else is going on now. This is a really interesting one. Nick Masheater. He must hate that name. Bless him. He must have been bullied at school for Nick Masheater. But Norwich are ready to sell Emiliano Buendia, who wants to stay in the Premier League above anything else. Leeds, as already out there, retain their long-standing interest, linked via passport wire to follow NCFC, LUFC. Now, this is one that we've been keeping close tabs on. This is something that I was told I was living in a dreamland if I thought that Leeds were going to be getting Buendia, but it looks like he wants to leave Norwich and come to the Premier League. Now, Leeds are a Premier League club now, guys. We've got to bear that in mind, haven't we? So Leeds are the Premier League club. Leeds could be the one that are going in for him. I think Buendia would be a brilliant signing. I still think that. I really do. It is one of those where... what else do you say about that? What else do you say about that? It is one of those where you've just got to bear that in mind, that I think Leeds are still going to be part of that project. Stoteson, why so many players from Bottle Job FC? Not sure what you mean there, buddy, but thank you for the contribution. Sorry, I've just seen that. As you can see, I'm putting a lot of effort into just the flash up on the screen, the brands. So I'm just trying to talk through them as well. So thank you so much for that. Any donation is appreciated so much. And guys, as I said, if you want to donate, we've got a PayPal link. You've got a super chat thing. I've just seen a comment saying, how do I donate? It's all in the comment section below. Apparently, you can just do it. If you just click on the post comment, there's a super link there, which you can go on. But anyway, let's get back onto it. Buendia is the link. And the last link, guys, I want to leave you with. And let me know about this. Joey D saying there, Buendia over Ben Rama. But the last one I want to leave you with, and I want to talk about this as well. Leeds United want Chelsea ace. Leeds United make Conor Gallagher transfer move, but face strong competition. Now, I don't know what you think about this. I naturally thought he was absolutely brilliant. Against us, against numerous teams. I thought he was good against Brentford as well. So what a wonderful acquisition that would be. Somebody who can take to the Premier League. Would Frank let him go? Who knows, especially to Leeds. I'm sure he'll have a say on that, but we'll have to wait and see. But Conor Gallagher, a really, really good player. Obviously been playing CAM for Charlton, been playing CAM for Swansea. He went through that same trajectory as we've seen numerous players go. For Izzy Brown, when he was at Rotherham for the first half of the season, then he got signed by Huddersfield that season in the January. That's the exact same trajectory Conor Gallagher had. He was playing for Charlton up until January, and then from then onwards, Swansea came in, Steve Cooper came in, and what a player he looked like at Swansea. So that'll be really interesting. As Joey D says, Conor Gallagher, a baller. Russell, Conor Gallagher would be good. Seems like a really good player. Zachary Pat's talking about Gallagher there, and I think it's one of those where we've got to look at that. What a player. And it looks like Leeds are definitely making that move into that centre attacking midfield role. I think that is what we want. We need a player who is going to be able to invite, more creativity in that role. We've obviously got Pablo Hernandez, but is Pablo going to be one of those who's going to move on? We'll have to wait and see. Alyssa Deek, Yassin, big fan of the channel. Thank you, my friend. Where is Henry? Looks like Rico Henry is being rumoured to be on his way to whatever club it will be. I mean, Brentford, there's going to be a fire sale. There's going to be an absolute fire sale. So I would love to go in for someone like him, especially on the cheap. But yeah, guys, wow. Let me just have a quick sip of coffee. There we go. What do you reckon to the mug? We need to start getting some in full swing mugs, don't we? We really do. Yeah, it's one of those guys where what I'm trying to do as well is I'm trying to make it a little bit more beefed out when you don't have the you know, when you don't have the transfer rumours, it's very difficult sometimes. But the rumour mill, what we're consistently trying to do is provide you with player profiles, is trying to talk through every individual signing. There might not have been that many rumours, there might not have been that many today, but what I'm trying to do is just keep on tabs with it. I tell you what, when the club do make a signing, there's going to be so much analytics going into it. We're going to be talking about the defensive ability, their offensive capabilities as well going forward, how they are aerially, off the ball, on the ball. There's going to be going so much into it, and that's what I'm going to be. That's what I'm going to be doing. Someone's saying here, have you got any news on Edouard? Nothing with Edouard. The problem is with Edouard, there's going to be so many clubs in Europe going after him. He's a wonderful player, a really, really good player, and it's one of those where we're going to have to keep tabs on him. But if we want someone like him, God, we're going to have to put the money where our mouth is, really. But yeah, there's a lot of people who have been commenting. Joker saying merch. I've only been live. How long's it been now? Maybe 3 months. Obviously, we did the podcast for 2.5 months, and now we've been implementing the Leeds content where the support from you guys has just been. Me and my partner sit there looking at it sometimes and are like, how has this happened? So I'm so happy that you're still supporting me, that you're still going to be there for me. I hope I'm doing you justice. I'm investing in the channel more than I can afford, but I'm doing it because I want the content to be good. I want the content to be accessible to you guys, and we've got a lot of big things coming. I've got a lot of ideas. I've got them all written down. So yeah, and the Premier League season's coming, baby. That's it. We're going to be back in the Premier League. Chaz here saying, what's happening with Benjamin White? Chaz, if I could help you out, mate, I really would. What I've been told is that, talks are ongoing, but it is one of those things where Brighton are digging their heels in. It's one of those things we can't do much about it. When Brighton are digging their heels in, I mean, Leeds can put the money forward, but if they're not willing to accept, then unless Ben White decides to hand in a transfer request, which he could do, which he hasn't done yet, then we will see what's going on there. We really will. But yeah, guys, let's just leave it there, and we'll be back tomorrow with a lot of transfer news. Thank you. There's 541 of you watching. Please slap a like on the video if you would. Make sure you're subscribed as well. As I said, 65% of you not subscribed, so please do us a favor. It's free. I know the word subscribe, it sounds like you have to pay for it. You don't. All free. Click the notification bell, and as well, if you're in for the competition at the weekend where there'll be hundreds of pounds up for grabs and some interactive Leeds content as well, you'll only get it if you subscribe to the In Full Swing channel with Conor McGilligan. So I hope you've enjoyed, guys. It's been a mad morning. I apologize if I was on late. This consistency is something that I want to keep up, but it is killing me. So I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to keep making everything better just for you guys. So a lot of you might turn around and say this has been a bit of waffle and a bit of twaddle, but I hope it hasn't. I hope you found it somewhat informative. I hope you have a good day as well. Keep smiling, keep happy, keep healthy, and I'll see you in a bit.